I-29M, accidentally went on a date with my coworker, 26F, and now the office is weird. Throwaway because some of my coworkers know my main. I work in a mid-sized office with about 30 people. There's a girl on my team, let's call her Lily, 26F, who's always been really friendly. She's one of those people who brings snacks to meetings, remembers everyone's birthday and gets along with everyone. We've worked together for about a year, and while I've always thought she's cool, I've never looked at her as anything more than a coworker. A few weeks ago we were chatting by the coffee machine, and she mentioned a new sushi place opening downtown. I said something like, "Oh, I love sushi, I've been meaning to check that out." Then she said, "We should go?" At the time I thought she was being casual, like coworkers grabbing lunch or something. So I said, "Yeah, sounds good. Let me know when you're free." Fast forward to last Friday. Lily comes up to my desk and says, "Are we still on for sushi tonight?" I had completely forgotten about it, but I didn't want to be rude, so I said, "Oh yeah, of course." I should have known something was off when she said, "Cool, I'll swing by your place around 7. But I didn't think too much about it, I just assumed it was easier than meeting up downtown. So 7 p.m. rolls around and she shows up at my apartment, dressed up. Like way more dressed up than you'd expect for casual sushi. I was in jeans and a t-shirt and she's in a dress and heels. That's when I started to realize I might have seriously misread the situation. We get to the restaurant and it's not just sushi. It's one of those upscale places where you can only order omakase, chef's choice, and it costs way more than I'd usually spend on a random Friday night. She's talking about how excited she was that I asked her out, and I'm sitting there, frozen, realizing she thinks this is a date. At this point I didn't know what to do. I didn't want to embarrass her or make it weird, so I just went along with it. She was laughing, touching my arm, asking about my hobbies. It was full-on first date energy. I was trying so hard to act normal while panicking inside. When the bill came, she didn't even hesitate, she just smiled and said, "I'll get this one, but next time's on you." Next time? I mumbled something like, "Oh yeah, sure," and we left. She dropped me off at home and I thought, okay, that was awkward, but maybe I can play it cool at work. No. Monday rolls around and the office vibe is so different. She's hanging around my desk more than usual, dropping hints like, "Do you have any plans this weekend? And my friends want to meet you. They love hearing about us." There's no us. Now, everyone at work is giving me these knowing looks because Lily's apparently been telling people that we've been seeing each other. My boss even joked, "Office romances are tricky, don't let it distract you from the Q4 deadlines." I don't know how to fix this. I don't want to hurt Lily's feelings, but I also don't want to date her. I've been trying to act normal, but it's getting harder every day. Yesterday she left a sticky note on my computer that said, "Lunch date," with a smiley face. How do I get out of this without making things even more awkward? Do I sit her down and explain that I wasn't asking her out, or do I just let it fizzle out? Either way, I feel like I've trapped myself in the world's cringiest rom-com. Update, I-29M, accidentally went on a date with my coworker, 26F, and now the office is weird. First off, thanks to everyone who commented on my original post. A lot of you said I should sit Lily down and have an honest conversation, and while I know that's probably the right thing to do, I couldn't bring myself to do it, yet. I hate confrontation, and the idea of making things more awkward at work is giving me major anxiety. Let me fill you in on what's happened since then. After the sticky note incident, I tried to keep my interactions with Lily strictly professional. I thought maybe if I subtly created some distance, she'd pick up on the vibe and things would fizzle out naturally. Spoiler alert, that didn't happen. Instead, she's doubled down. Every morning she swings by my desk to say hi, and now she's bringing me coffee. Every single morning. At first it was kind of nice, free coffee, right? But then I realized she's trying to make it our thing. Yesterday she said, "I remembered you like caramel lattes." See, I'm learning so much about you already. I tried to brush it off with a polite, "Oh thanks, you didn't have to do that," but she just winked and said, "You'll get the next one." And it's not just coffee. She's been finding reasons to collaborate on projects we're not even assigned to together. Like, I'll be working on something totally unrelated to her team and she'll swing by with some excuse like, "Oh, I thought you might need help with that." It's not just me who's noticed. My coworkers are definitely catching on. One guy in my department, let's call him Tom, pulled me aside yesterday and said, "So, you and Lily, huh? Didn't see that one coming?" I tried to laugh it off and said, "Oh no, it's not like that," but he just raised an eyebrow and said, "She's been telling people you're taking things slow." Taking things slow? What does that even mean? Now I'm panicking because the longer this goes on, the worse it's going to be when the truth comes out. If I tell her I'm not interested now, she's going to feel embarrassed, not just because of me, but because the entire office seems to think we're a couple. But wait, it gets worse. Last night she texted me. I didn't even know she had my number, so that was surprise number one. Surprise number two was the content of the text. Hey smiley face. My friends are throwing a little party Saturday night. I'd love for you to come so they can meet the guy I've been telling them about, winky face. I sat there staring at my phone, trying to figure out how to respond without sounding like a complete jerk. I ended up typing, hey, I think there's been some confusion. I didn't mean to give the impression that I see us that way. I think you're great, but I just want to keep things professional. I thought that was clear and polite. Her response? Oh, don't be silly. I know you're just shy. No pressure. You don't have to meet them yet if you're not ready. Smiley face. What do I even do with that? It's like she completely ignored what I said. Today at work, she was acting like nothing happened. She brought me another coffee, asked if I needed help with anything, and even suggested we carpool to a conference next week. I've been avoiding her as much as I can, but the tension is getting unbearable. I know I need to have a real conversation with her, but I'm dreading it. What if she gets upset and starts crying? What if she tells everyone I led her on? What if this whole thing blows up and I become the office villain? The worst part is, I don't even know how this happened. I didn't flirt with her, I didn't make any romantic gestures. I just said yes to sushi. How did it spiral this far? So yeah, that's where I'm at. My plan, if you can call it that, is to talk to her after work tomorrow and try to set things straight once and for all. But honestly, I'm terrified. Wish me luck. Follow for part 2.